It's the 3 on PLAXtv.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy PLAX, and I am back with another episode of the 3 on PLAXtv. I am back in another undisclosed location, but before I get into all of the video, let me just say this. I know you guys see the title of the video, and I know this usually has negative connotations to it, but I must say, I mean this with the utmost respect possible, that I think Cooper Flagg is the great white hope that American white hoopers need. Now, hear me out for a second. Now, I did a video a little while back for the 3 called Why Are White Women So Good at Basketball? And in that video, I kind of alluded to and talked about a little bit how white American men haven't had a great basketball player since John Stockton and Larry Bird. There's been solid guys, there's been good guys, but there hasn't been a great American male basketball player since John Stockton and Larry Bird. All of the white basketball players that have been really great, like Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, all of those guys are foreign. Even Steve Nash, he's a little closer, but he's from Canada. But there hasn't been a great American-born male white basketball player. The closest we've gotten, I guess, most recently is Gordon Hayward, who I guess you could say due to injuries didn't really get to reach his full potential, but Gordon Hayward was only an all-star one time. So for all intent and purposes, he was just solid. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say even at his best he was great. I just would say he was good. You know what I'm saying? But you still have, with that being said, though, you still got some guys that are younger now that got a lot of potential, like Chet Holmgren. I think, him getting hurt, it's never good to get hurt, but to find a silver lining in his injury that he got last year, he got to be around the NBA, he got to bulk up, he got to play with NBA players before he even touched the NBA court. So I think that was really beneficial to Chet in that sense. I think he'll be really good. I think he has potential to be great as well. Grady Dick, I really think he has a lot of potential. I mean, at the very least, he shoots threes and he plays defense. Can't really ask for too much more, especially in the league now. Like, that's a solid player that could play for 20 years. You see what I'm saying? And then you got YSL Cass, Walker Kessler. I love him. He's a rebounder and a defender. I think he got to work on his offense a little bit more, but like he's a solid player as well. Out of those 3, I think Chet's the only one that has potential to be great. But, those guys, all 3 of those guys have a lot of potential. Drew Tim, too. I think if Drew Tim gets a chance to play, I think he has potential to be good and a solid player in the NBA. He got to learn how to shoot threes, though. I think that's his biggest thing. But Cooper motherfucking Flagg, guys. I really think that he has the potential. I know it's super early. Because he's only in high school. But I think, based off what I've seen, I think he has the potential to be the great white hope. And what I mean by that is a potentially great American-born white male basketball player. Maybe he probably won't be as good as Larry Bird. That's a little crazy, but in that realm, you know what I'm saying? Something for white basketball players to look up to besides foreign white basketball players. Now, he reminds me, I told my buddy, he reminds me of Zion without the food and hose addiction. Like if Zion wasn't addicted to food and hose, I think that's what I see when I see Cooper Flagg. That might be a little bit, like that might be a lot, but he's playing like it. He's dominating. He's been playing in the eybl Peach Jam or Peach League or something like that. And from my understanding, that's the most competitive league tournament in high school sports. And he has been dominating the whole joint. Like him and his team, Maine United, have gone like 3 or 4-0. They beat the Boozer Twins, which was touted to be the best team in the tournament. They were touted to win the tournament, and they beat them. I believe he's averaging, I think I got it right here, he's averaging 27.3 points, 15 rebounds, 8.5 assists, 5.8 blocks, and 2.5 steals a game in that tournament so far. But the thing that I want to talk about the most is the one game he had that was on NBA TV, because I watched that game. And I've heard about Cooper Flagg and Cameron Boozer before and stuff like that, but this was my first time really watching a full game of his. And man, when I tell you this white boy is bad, that's a bad white boy. Like, he just was the most dominant guy on the court. Like, just by far. Like, he just asserted his will on everybody. Like, he almost got a quadruple double. He got 38 points. What was it? I think I got it right here. I want to give you all the exact. Okay. He got 38 points, 11 rebounds, 11 blocks, 6 assists, and like 4 or 5 steals or something like that. He almost got a quadruple double in the most competitive high school tournament there is. You see what I'm saying? Like, it'd be different if it was against another high school in like Maine. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, he's just a really good high school player. That's just what he does, right? But this was against other equal competition to him. Even against the Boozer twins. Cameron Boozer plays the same position as him. They check each other. He dominated in that game. I think he got like 28 points and like 8 assists and 12 rebounds and shit like that and like 5 blocks. It was the same thing in that game. You know what I'm saying? And I just really feel like he has the most potential to be a Larry Bird-esque white player, in the sense of maybe not as legendary as Larry Bird, but just that sense of being a dominant, great player. Because he does truly remind me of a lanky Zion Williamson who isn't addicted to food and hoes. Yeah, well, as far as we understand, we don't know yet. He only 16, so he got time to find addictions. I guess hopefully he doesn't, but at the moment he doesn't seem to have those addictions, so to speak. But Zion didn't either when he was in high school. Nobody expected that from him. And now he's doing this. But that's a different conversation for a different video. In that game where he got 38 points and almost got a quadruple double, he not only got the game winning bucket, he got the game winning block. I seen this kid. He was checking his man. The guy on the other team was going to shoot the ball. The kid came from across the court and sent dude shit from across the court. LeBron James asked, like LeBron did Iguodala in the finals that one year when they came back 3-1. That's basically what dude did. It wasn't a full court run. It was just from across, but he went from the other side of the court to the opposite side where the dude was taking the shot, and he blocked it. Now, it didn't look like the kid was gonna make the shot anyway, because it was a bad shot. It was like a couple seconds left. I think he was just trying to get a shot off. It didn't look good. It didn't look like it was going to go in anyway, but still, the ability to get the game-winning bucket and the game-winning block, making plays on the offensive end and the defensive end is just elite level basketball. You don't see that a lot. Like in high school, you see guys scoring all the time, right? That's just like the really good high school players get buckets. That's just what it is. They score 40 points, 30 points, 60 points. They do that. But being able to impact the game on both sides on a consistent basis and impose your will whenever you want that's signs of greatness. You know what I'm saying? That's going above and beyond the average high school basketball player, average good high school basketball player. And that's what I'm excited about with Cooper Flagg, because he just seems so dominant and it seemed like it comes so easy to him that people were even saying he shouldn't even be in high school no more. He should be playing overseas until he's ready for the NBA. And I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that because it just looked too easy for him. That was against talent, highly touted talent. Like, again, the Peach Jam is the best tournament in high school sports and high school basketball. And so far, it just looked like training camp to him. It looked like practice to him. Like, he just having fun out there doing what he want. And his team, Man United, is like 3 or 4-0 in the tournament. And they beat the projected best team in the tournament. They were down at first, and he brought them back with defense and scoring. He could shoot threes. He could dunk. He could post up. He can dribble. He can get other guys involved. I don't know. Again, I'm not saying he's going to be at the level of Larry Bird because Larry Bird one of the greatest of all time, but that great white American basketball player is what I'm saying he has potential to be, and we haven't seen that since Larry Bird and John Stockton. He is, I believe he played power forward. I think he's like a 4'3". He's 6'8". He's 200 pounds, and he's projected to be 6'10", 6'11" by the time he's done growing. Because again, he's only 16 years old. 6'10". So if he becomes what he's projected to be, 6'10", he's got to bulk up a little bit more. Obviously, he's only a kid, but 6'10", let's say he gets to 230, 240. With the skill set that he has, I really think he could dominate in the NBA when he gets older. Obviously not right now, but he is ready for the pros in the sense of going overseas right now. And I just think by the time he's 19, 20, he'll be ready for the NBA. I really think so. But also on top of that, to get away from Cooper Flagg a little bit, he has a brother, a twin brother. I believe that's his twin brother. Either his younger brother or his twin brother named Ace Flagg. And from the game that I seen, he was cooking too. Like, he's not as athletic as his brother, but he's really fucking good. Like, he was making plays for people. He was playing great defense. He was making the shots. He had some clutch buckets down the stretch. Like, Cooper was like obviously the best player on the team, the best player on the court. But Ace was the guy like making those go-ahead buckets, making those timely buckets. You know what I'm saying? That making those timely plays that changed the tide of a game. You see what I'm saying? Because the game they played that I watched was very close basically the whole time. But he was the one kind of like keeping them in it. Like, he would go on small little runs or get that timely basket. You need guys like that. Like, I liken it to, again, based off the one game that I saw, I liken it to the Bucks in 21 when they won the championship with Giannis and Chris Middleton. It reminded me of that. Cooper Flagg was Giannis, just the dominant, obviously the best player on the court, the best player on the team. Ace was Chris Middleton, just the guy that's getting the buckets, making the right plays over and over again, keep you in the game either when the star is out or maybe the star is like in a low, maybe not making a lot of shots at the moment, or maybe they doubling and triple teaming him. And he's the Chris Middleton guy making the plays. And you need both of those guys on your team if you want to win a championship. Obviously, as we see with the Bucks, obviously it looks like Man United is going to win the Peach Jam this year. I could be wrong, but it looks like they're going to get it. But I hope nobody got upset by this, by the title of this video. I don't mean no disrespect by the Great White Hope thing. It just, I've noticed as a basketball fan, there hasn't been great American-born white basketball players since Stockton and Larry Bird and guys like that and Bob Pettit, like way, way back. And I'm starting to see in Chet Holmgren and Cooper Flagg that kind of being remedied in a sense. Now, I could be wrong. These guys could be just average guys and not really do anything too big. But I think Chet himself and Cooper Flagg have a lot of potential and have the chance to change the tide in that sense of basketball. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ding that notification bell so you know every time I drop a video. And most of all, YouTube. I love you guys. Peace.
It's the 3 on PLAXtv.